So what happens when someone goes in front of a judge?
So whether you've reached a resolution with the prosecutor or not, you're likely still going to be finding yourself in front of a judge at the pretrial conference hearing or a probable cause conference hearing. At this hearing, again, it's important that the court understands that you are either representing yourself and in what capacity, not recommended, you've retained counsel, or you're requesting appointed counsel. If you need appointed counsel, the court may require you to prove indigence, the inability to pay. They also must show that the crime alleged is actually one that gains the ability to have counsel, meaning that it's one that could send you to jail. It's one with serious consequences. It's a misdemeanor, punishable by more than 92 days in jail. So if you need to have an attorney, this is the time to ask. But if you do have an attorney, or maybe you did get lucky and you worked this out on your own by the grace of God, fine. You're going in front of the judge now. And this is going to be where it does the plea taking. The plea taking phase is where the judge is going to ask you a series of questions to establish that the crime occurred and that you in fact were the one that committed the crime. So it will sound something like this. On or about, let's just say today, July 27, 2019, in the city of Northville, in the county of Wayne, in the state of Michigan, you were at a location, address, your home, and you proceeded to assault your wife, your husband, your brother. Yes, all right, the court has proper jurisdiction of this matter. To the assault, the individual that you hit, can you state the relationship to? This was a brother, a spouse. You'll confirm and verify that familial relationship and or that dating relationship. Again, domestic assaults are not confined to people that are simply married. If you have a child in common or a dating relationship, it still falls under the purview of a domestic assault. So the court's going to be making certain findings to determine if the elements of the charge are present. There was some form of unconsented contact. And this was where the court may ask, so what'd you do? And this is a tough question because you're really not sure what to say. And if you don't have the benefit of having a lawyer there to buffer this for you, you really got to provide something that hopefully passes the muster test. So you might say something like, well, I hit my brother. All right, and how old's your brother? He was in the house, yes. Did he hit you first, judge may ask, or things like that. No, that's not necessarily getting it. We're not talking about what he did. And it's really important that you don't get distracted. Because right now the spotlight is on you. What did you do? Did you do what you said you did? You say you're going to plead guilty to a domestic violence charge or to a domestic assault. So I'm going to ask you questions about that. And your answers have to be able to satisfy those. That yes, there was that relationship that must exist, either by familial or dating. That yes, you had some form of unconsented contact with the person that didn't necessarily have to cause them to have a black eye, right? But it did have to manifest in some form of unconsented harm. Ouch, that hurt. Or even blowing smoke or throwing a water balloon at somebody could be in a domestic assault. Well, let's not get in water balloon fights at my house, but that's what the court's really asking for. And it's not really about the nitty-gritty or the bad facts of your case, as people get kind of hesitant to provide that information. What the focus is strictly, if this case had went to trial, the prosecutor would have to prove these elements beyond a reasonable doubt. And since this case is not going to trial, we need the defendant to testify that those facts indeed existed, therefore supporting probable cause to arrest and supporting a finding of guilt by a voluntary plea. So those are the questions that could be asked, in addition to always, what's going on at home? Tell me more about yourself. What types of treatment or proactive rehabilitative things are currently underway? And then the second or third inquiry is a referral to a pre-sentence investigation.